From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We've seen a lot of sunshine across mid-Michigan today. Notice still this evening, widespread sunshine not only in the city of St. John's. Satellite and radar shows we're sitting under some very sunny conditions across all of mid-Michigan this evening. In terms of temperatures, most of us sitting in the low 60s, the exception 59 degrees right now over in Hillsdale. We're at that 60-degree mark in places like Lansing as well as over in Mason. We're staying dry for the next few hours. Temperatures cooling down into the upper 40s overnight tonight with several chances for rain moving into the forecast. 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5:30.
Right now at 5:30, a Michigan police dog goes missing in Manistee National Forest. We'll tell you what happened. Plus, an ambush shooting caught on camera in a well-known businessman's front yard in Detroit. And police say a group of professionals pulled off a daring daylight heist at a Paris landmark. Those stories and a lot more in all in the first 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Let's start that clock. And we begin in Kent County, where a former orthodontist pleaded guilty to sexually exploiting a minor. Police arrested Thomas Shannon of Granville back in August on federal charges that included possession of child pornography and other crimes. Prosecutors say Shannon used social media to get sexual images from underage girls. As part of a plea deal with the U.S. Attorney's Office, prosecutors dropped the child porn charges. Shannon is facing between 15 and 60 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Now, he is still also looking at charges in state court as well. Staying in Kent County, a police dog is now safely back home tonight after getting lost in Manistee National Forest. Soka, who is a trained dog to sniff out drugs, got away from his handler in the forest near the town of Irons on Sunday. Someone who lives in the area spotted Soka about 4.5 miles away and reported it. An update from the sheriff's office says he appears to be healthy except for a few porcupine quills. A 32-year-old man is in custody tonight accused of ambushing and shooting a well-known businessman in the man's front yard in Macomb Township. It was all caught on camera. Police and prosecutors say the suspect came out from between parked vehicles last week and started firing into a black SUV with Eddie Jawad in the driver's seat. Jawad is able to drive away, but was shot in the leg and cut by some glass. A police SWAT team eventually found the suspect at a home and arrested him. Tonight, a Michigan State Police trooper is recovering at home now after a crash on Sunday morning. It happened on I-96 in Detroit. Police say the trooper had stopped to help with an accident when the patrol car was hit from behind. The crash pushed the trooper's car into the first vehicle. The trooper and 2 other people were taken to a hospital. No word on their conditions. Well, this next crash happened in Jackson County, Mississippi, and a sheriff's deputy died after hitting several horses. Sheriff's officials say the deputy was on his way home when his cruiser crashed into several horses on a highway Friday morning. He was taken to a hospital where he died soon after. The Mississippi Highway Patrol is leading the investigation. They have not said yet where the horses came from. It's a new beginning for elementary school students in Uvalde, Texas, after a mass shooting there more than 3 years ago. Legacy Elementary School welcomed hundreds of students today. The new facility replaces Robb Elementary School, where a gunman killed 19 students and 2 teachers. Classrooms are visible from the hallways and have bulletproof glass. Door sensors will alert staff if a door is left open too long. The school also has what officials describe as calm rooms.
It feels happy and sad at the same time. I think about the building because my son wanted to build, he wanted to be a contractor. It reminds me of him, like this is what he would wanted to do when he grew up.
Texas lawmakers investigating the 2022 shooting released a scathing report finding, quote, systemic failures and egregious poor decision making. Tonight, firefighters in Pennsylvania continue to battle a fire at a mulch plant. It started on Sunday. Fire officials say because of strong wind, that fire has now spread to nearby woods. So far, no injuries have been reported. There are road closures and detours as multiple fire crews work to put out those flames. And work continues tonight to revive the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Today, President Donald Trump sent 2 diplomats to Israel. That's after Israeli officials said yesterday that Hamas militants killed 2 soldiers, and they responded with strikes that killed dozens of Palestinians. Israel also threatened to stop shipments of food and other humanitarian aid into Gaza, but then said today that shipments would continue. Moving to Paris, where the Louvre Museum is closed today as police continue to investigate a daylight theft there. Police say thieves used a basket lift to force open a window, smash display cases, and then steal priceless jewels. They say the whole operation took 7 minutes and was carried out by professionals. Today is day 20 of the federal government shutdown, which is impacting a lot, including the Great Lakes National Cemetery in Hawley. Veterans Affairs officials say they weren't able to coordinate a headstone cleaning event this past weekend because of it. Writing on social media, it's focused right now only on burials amidst the lapse in government funding. Also in Michigan, the Palisades nuclear power plant received 68 bundles of nuclear fuel as it gets closer to restarting operations. The plant's owner, Holtec International, says the enriched uranium rods came from a manufacturer that has provided fuel for the industry for decades. Holtec officials say the plant will power more than 800,000 homes when it comes back online, and it will be the first ever restart of a nuclear plant in the U.S. Millions of Indians celebrated Diwali today. Lamps illuminated homes and streets across the country to mark the Hindu festival, symbolizing the victory of light over darkness. Along one river, more than 2.5 million lamps were lit, retaining the Guinness World Record there. About 2,100 priests led prayers at the riverfront, and more than 33,000 volunteers helped light the lanterns. Wow. And rounding out the first 6 minutes of news, a Massachusetts community came together to surprise 6-year-old Jack Johnson, who was diagnosed with an inoperable brain cancer. Johnson's daughter sent out an invitation to the town to drop off carved pumpkins to her dad's house to brighten his day.
So I had sent out shortly after my dad got diagnosed at the beginning of October, just a little invite to drop off carved pumpkins to his house. It's a complete surprise. He has no idea, and I just know it'll brighten his day, and that's, as his daughter, my job to do right now.
Well, family members, friends, and young athletes that he coached put together a large group of hand-carved jack-o'-lanterns. Looks amazing.
Yeah, really cute story there.
It looks even better when they're all lit up at night too, I bet. So very cool. Nice gesture.
Indeed. Well, speaking of cool, Siobhan, we do have some cooler temperatures in the forecast. So cool that we're talking about maybe some lake effect rain showers.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something else, lake effects, but rain showers. Okay.
We'll leave the S word for
later
hopefully
on.
several more weeks in the future.
Thank you, Kendall.